Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
April is here, but winter weather is holding on as a large portion of KELOLAND remains in a blizzard warning. That's prompted state officials to close portions of Interstates 90 and 29. I-90 is closed from Rapid City to Murdo, while I-29 is closed from Watertown to the North Dakota border.
Here's a look at that stretch of I-29 before it was closed. The Highway Patrol says this semi slid off the road near the new Effington exit due to poor visibility on top of bad road conditions. Another semi slid into the median near the Peaver exit around 1 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. The Highway Patrol said there were many cars and semis stuck on I-29 between Summit and the North Dakota border. Meanwhile, the high winds and blowing snow are causing power issues. Take a look at this video from the Brookings County Sheriff's Office. You can see the power lines galloping in the wind.
The Sheriff's Office says to be careful and to report power outages. They also want to remind you that non-functioning stoplights become four-way stops. April blizzards are nothing new to South Dakota farmers and ranchers, but blizzard conditions can create a variety of challenges when calves are being born. Cattle producer Josh Gagel is not expecting his calves until later in April.
He says he's happy western South Dakota is getting the extra moisture and sent KELOLAND News video of how his cattle were trying to weather the storm.
Truly a blessing for moisture. The timing is not the greatest for those guys that are calving, but we all know in the ranching world that sometimes it takes a big spring blizzard to make the rest of our year a good year. And you do what you can with it, and you work, you prepare yourself, you prepare your animals, and you trust in the Lord that He'll get you through it.
Gagel says he knows many cattle producers who were dealing with calves during the blizzard. He says keeping the newborns warm is the biggest challenge. Watertown is preparing for the Big Sioux River to possibly flood this weekend. The National Weather Service says there is a 90% chance for moderate flooding at the Broadway River gauge between April 8th and 15th.
Officials are also preparing for flooding at Lake Campeska. Over the next few days, city officials will set up large pumps around the lake.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. Good morning, Scott.
Well, good morning, everybody. Once we get through today, conditions do improve. We are looking at temperatures this weekend to warm well above freezing and for some well above average. In the meantime, this morning, winter weather advisories for those counties highlighted in blue, parts of west central and south central South Dakota. And then, of course, we do have that blizzard warning today, central, north central, and northeastern South Dakota. Temperatures will remain in the 20s and 30s for afternoon highs, but these numbers will warm starting tomorrow, lasting straight through the weekend and into next week. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up.
Thank you, Scott. A political action committee and website have been launched against the mayor of Baltic, Deborah McIsaac.
According to a news release from South Dakotans for Transparent Government, there have been, quote, numerous examples of malfeasance in office, misconduct in the position, and gross partiality by Mayor McIsaac. The group is now gathering signatures for the recall. McIsaac's term as mayor is expected to go until 2026. A former state employee is suing the Department of Education over maternity leave. A lawsuit filed last week alleges that Catherine Dryden had been approved for a hybrid maternity leave in 2021 due to the challenge of finding childcare. Dryden claims that she and her supervisors created a hybrid leave that would involve 12 weeks of remote work until her childcare began.
But when the remote work was set to begin, Dryden was told it had been revoked and was later discharged. Digital reporter Jasmine Jackson takes a look at the lawsuit with this KELOLAND.com original online now. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
Children's Home Shelter for Family Safety is one of the organizations in KELOLAND helping fight the problem. The shelter opened its new facility in Sioux Falls in November.
We have been very busy, so we opened the doors, and it's just been really continuing our services, but just in a bigger way.
For more resources on where to turn for help, head to this story right here on KELOLAND.com. Authorities in northwestern Iowa are asking for the public's help in an active investigation. The Lyon County Sheriff's Office says these two might have information in the investigation.
Authorities posted this picture of them to Facebook. In it, you can see one of them holding what looks like a gas can. If you know who either of these people are, you're asked to contact the Lyon County Sheriff.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, a lot of snow to dig out from this storm in central, northeast, and western KEDOLAND. Numbers in Aberdeen right around 11 inches, and the storm total near 14 in Pierre. We've got 11 inches just about to the Wall area, although in and around there and then to the southwest toward Hot Springs, we have even bigger numbers. There's some folks here of 2 feet of snow or a little more in Hot Springs, 21 inches at Custer, and then the Rapid City numbers about 11 and a half, a little less towards Sturgis, about 7 to 9 inches of snow. It's a lot. Well, here we go with the forecast on wind today. That's the next segment of weather. You're looking at those wind gusts 30, 40, even 50 across northeast South Dakota yet this morning into the afternoon. I think that'll be the worst of it on the wind. That'll start to cycle down tonight and tomorrow. Less wind. It's still chilly, especially in the morning. The central areas of KEDOLAND could see some single digits from Pierre north especially. We might even be close to records. We'll keep watching some of those individual numbers as they come in. Now, tomorrow, Sioux Falls, we're starting to rebound. We should be in the upper 40s. That wind out of the southwest will really help that cause. Let's look at Futurecast on the temperature outlook. And what we're finding here is that after today's blustery, windy, mainly cloudy weather, the cycle of better conditions coming around the bend. Let's look at tonight. We've got that clearing first. Now that's going to allow that temperature in Mobridge to really drop off. 6 degrees by daybreak. Tomorrow, during the day, 52 in Yankton. That's a big improvement. And it's going to get better from there. We're looking at Friday into the 60s in parts of southeast KEDOLAND already. I know the numbers aren't nearly as nice for Aberdeen, but remember, Futurecast is probably holding back the rains a little bit too much. It looks at all the snow on the ground, and one counterbalance to that is April sunshine. So I think some 40s are going to sneak in here. And certainly during the weekend, even those of you that have the deepest snow, you should make some 40s. The southeast, Sioux Falls, in the 60s on Easter Sunday. And then in the 70s by early next week. Wow, what a change. All right, 30s today out there in Sioux Falls. The 7-day forecast, here are the numbers. We're forecasting 73 by Monday and 75 on Tuesday. Yeah, what a difference that will be. And Aberdeen, while it's not as warm, it's definitely going to trend higher as we go through time and we'll start melting snow. Really no organized moisture chances on the 7-day forecast. Pierre and Rapid, I think your climb will really kick into gear by Monday and Tuesday as we lose to the deep snow. And at that point, then it's going to warm up just as much. In fact, Rapid City, we're forecasting 70s after this blizzard by early next week. More details at KEDOLAND.com.